What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioST Raw TV. Today we're going to talk a little bit again about post-workout nutrition, and I think we're going to talk a little bit about something that BioST is always about being honest and raw, and explain something to you guys because there seems to be some confusion, not arguments, but some discussion about some things that I don't think are out in the open, and I'm going to break it to you guys out in the open right now. The post-workout nutrition about how people weight. I personally have said that I weight. I do feel like it makes me leaner. Couldn't explain to you why. But my stomach does get upset when I train. I train to failure, and I get to the point where I'm almost nauseous after my workouts. And this is, common occurrence if you've ever played sports and you come to summer vacation, you come back to play football, and you push yourself, you wind up throwing up, you wind up getting nauseous, maybe even like passing out because you push yourself so hard. So I get this effect almost every time that I train. So I wait to eat and wait or take my shake or whatever I'm doing after my workout. Now, there's been some discussion at George Farah's guys and why, and the fact that they wait after the workout. And it's said that the pros, it doesn't really matter when they take a shake or they don't eat or whatever they do because they're injecting human growth hormone. So it doesn't matter whether it really rises after your workout or not. They can do whatever they want and still grow. Now, there's been some studies that say growth hormone increases after your workout 600%. Okay. Now, the measurement of growth hormone in your body, if you had blood drawn, let's say the baseline would be 2.9. Okay. Let's say the growth hormone increases 600%. Now you get like, what, roughly a 16 point instead of 2.9. That 16 point is not enough to cause any muscle growth. It is registering, being measured by the doctor, but it's not enough to cause muscle growth and fat loss and all this stuff that, people are thinking, wow, 600% increase. Because when you inject growth hormone, you have like a 155 point raise instead of 16. That's a huge difference, and that causes muscle growth. And on top of it, it stays there for a little while. So now you have an increase in growth hormone from natural sources, but if you inject it, you see the difference as to what causes muscle growth and what doesn't. So all these guys are like, oh, I don't, and I'm natural, and I'm getting increased growth hormone. It doesn't really matter. It's not doing anything. But the guys that are injecting growth hormone, whole different story. Now Farah's guys wait 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes after they eat, whatever, an hour after they eat, after their workouts, and people are saying, well, they're injecting growth hormone. It doesn't make any difference. But it does. If you wanted to get your growth hormone tested, like a lot of these guys in the forums buy black market growth hormone, to find out if it's real or not, what they do is take an intramuscular injection of this stuff, wait an hour, go to the doctor, get the blood drawn, and get the growth hormone tested in their blood, or the IGF levels. Now, the reason why you have to wait before you get the blood drawn is because if you eat, the insulin starts to rise and blunts the growth hormone, actually starts to decrease the growth hormone. So now you can't get a true reading. You're not getting the most growth hormone read as if you went in an empty stomach and let the growth hormone you were just injected work. So here is what's happening. These guys that are, pros, IFBB pros that are waiting to eat, that you guys are saying it's stupid, they don't have to. These guys are shooting growth hormone, whether it be IV or intramuscular. And to get the most out of that growth hormone shot, they're waiting to eat. It does make a difference because these guys are getting that 155 point spike, whereas the natural guy is getting a 15, 16 point spike. And it does make a difference. Now, they're not going to come right out and tell you, I'm breaking the law by injecting growth hormone that I bought illegally, or, I'm doing something I shouldn't. But it does make a difference in their training, and they're doing it for a specific reason, getting a specific result. Now, that would be, what I'm explaining to you with the 155-point spike would be a 10 IU shot of growth hormone. Okay, 10 IUs is usually in one bottle of human growth hormone. Some of these guys inject a lot more. So let's say they're doing, I've heard 30 IUs being injected, at a time, or 30 IUs being injected throughout the day. There's different ways to do it, but the bottom line is if they did a 20 IU injection after their workout, they now have a 310-point spike as opposed to the 16-point spike the natural guy does. Now, if you did that, wouldn't it make sense that you would want to get as much out of that as you possibly could? I mean, what that would cause, I have no idea medically or scientifically what a 310-point spike in growth hormone would cause. I have no idea. But obviously it's going to be something a lot bigger than if you shot a whole bottle or than if you were just natural. So, that makes perfect sense to me that these guys would want to, get the most out of what they're taking. And if that meant waiting a half an hour or 45 minutes to eat after a workout, who gives a shit? That's why they'll take a BCAA formula during their workout or after their workout to blunt the cortisol levels and blunt the muscle protein breakdown from the workout, but not cause an insulin spike that is not going to interfere with the human growth hormone that they injected after their workout. And some of them go even further. They'll take like a shot of human growth hormone in the morning on an empty stomach, let the growth hormone rise, do their cardio, take an IGF shot before their workout, which spikes the IGF levels, which is pretty much what the growth hormone is doing when you take it anyways, and then take their growth hormone before bed. There's multiple ways to do this, but each one of these shots, if you ate a food meal that increased insulin levels, is going to blunt that growth hormone even though you've shot it. Not to the point where it makes it ineffective, but you're not getting 100% out of the injection you just took, which makes a lot of sense to me. Again, is I want 100%. Now again, some of the other guys even include insulin. So they have insulin on certain days, like let's say they have a body part that is a lagging body part. Well, they'll take insulin on the day of the lagging body part when they train it. So now you have human growth hormone spaced in certain times during the day, then insulin shot at certain times to make sure that all the muscle protein is being taken care of, being rebuilt faster at pace than the other body parts, are trying to bring up a lagging body part. So you see, it gets very complicated that a lot of people don't talk about this and how it's done, because it is kind of a trade secret. It is a pro secret. It is a national level competitor secret that no one wants to talk about, because it's really nobody's business. Because unless you're a top competitor, you have no business trying these techniques anyways. Because who the hell is going to pay, who besides one of these national guys or pro guys is going to be using 2 vials, 3 vials of growth hormone? That's very expensive. So the average knucklehead who's going to the gym and going to the beach is not going to do it. So there's no point in talking about it. So that's why you guys don't know about it. So there you guys have it. The reasons why pros, national level guys, anybody is waiting after their workouts and feel like it's super important to do so, and why the science doesn't make any sense. The science doesn't make any sense because the science doesn't know about the 3 vials of growth hormone that they shot after their workout to get the effect. BioSCTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. www.biosctraining.com is the blog, and we're out.